Hey everybody, and welcome back to Midtown, USA. It is day 12 of late winter. We're fast approaching the end of the first year and the start of spring. We are really looking forward to getting back into the farming business. We've been very busy as of late. Completely sold all of the pellets that we had made and palletized them and sold them off. We got fairly decent results off of that. But I do have to say that it is hard work for the money. It is definitely not easy money like the compost master. It does require a fair bit of work to make a little bit of money on that, because of course you've got the time it takes to make the pellets. First off, then you have the transportation of the pellets over to the palletizing place. You've got to scoop those into the hopper, and then of course wait for the palletizer to do his thing. The conveyor belts only hold 3 pallets, so you've got to hang around and be there to take them off, and then of course take them up to the sell point. So all in all, it's a fair bit of work. It will definitely keep one busy. Definitely keep one busy over winter. But what we're doing today is the town has a biomass heating plant in town, and it actually heats all the homes in town. They've got a kind of a central heating plant where they have steam lines or hot water lines that run from the plant out to all of the houses and businesses. Everyone subscribes and basically pays into the plant for the hot water and the heat during the winter. That way, ultimately, it's more economical and efficient this way. And right now, the plant is running on wood chips. Typically, they tell me that they would either use wood chips or use pellets, but they did not go and ask us for pellets until too late into the year. So we're going to use wood chips for now. We're up here in the forest area, and we've got ourselves our wood chipper set up. Got our trailer here, and we got our tractor complete with a tree saw on the front, and we're going to right now we're just kind of working, clearing off an area to have a decent area to work in for the future. The way the biomass heating plant works is you just need to stock it, and over time it it burns up its supply of wood chips. So it's going to be a regular, almost daily thing that we're going to have to do as far as stocking that. We're going to have to come in every morning and stock it so that it has plenty of wood chips to burn through the day. And we're also going to need to kind of stockpile some wood chips, because during planting season and harvest season, we definitely don't want to be messing with wood chips when we could be out in the field working. So what seems to work good for me is to cut these logs in about 8-meter lengths or 4-meter lengths, and take them and put them in the wood chipper. Go ahead and get this cut up here. So we are nearly done winter, as I said, and we have yet to see frozen ground. This has been a very mild winter. Take a look at the forecast. You can see we've got in the forecast today we got a high of 43 so far, and tomorrow we got a high of 42. We do have lows in the 20s, and I have seen ground temperature as low as turn that. I've seen ground temps as low as 32, so it has kind of creeped or threatened to get to frozen ground, but hasn't really gotten there quite yet. And I don't know if we're going to get there based on the temperatures that we've got here. That will kind of be a almost a first for me, is not having a frozen ground over winter. You can see once we hit spring, we're in the 50s, approaching up to 60s. Just need to keep an eye on that trailer. When it fills up, we'll need to obviously stop feeding the chipper. Go. It should just about do it. Let's see. Where are we at? Just about does it. Definitely do it. So I've been thinking that what we'll probably want to do for overall sustainability and whatnot is that once we harvest our potatoes off of that field, is put in poplar and use poplar for wood chips going forward. It's good enough. And cut off our wood chipper. If we use poplar, then that is going to be kind of a renewable resource because poplar does grow back on this map. Oh. Hit the wireframe button. Poplar does grow back on the map, so once we plant it, we shouldn't have to replant it, which is a rather beneficial thing, since we don't want to have to go through all that effort every single year to put in poplar. We might buy field 6 also. That's the other slightly larger field down here. But both fields are fairly close to the heating plant and the storage building that we are using to stockpile our wood chips. We're going to go ahead and run down there, and I'll show you the heating plant. We'll top it off, and we probably will end up putting some more chips into our storage building. I've only been working on these wood chips for about a day, off and on, as we've been working with the palletizing the pellets. I've been trying to figure out what I think is the most efficient way to get to the heating plant, and I think it's the way that we're going. Simply because if we went a different direction, we would really have to really drive around the outside of the map. Cows have been doing very, very well and outputting milk quite robustly, helping us get through the winter months. That is for sure, as far as money goes. I really do wish this truck had an interior. See what we get to look at if we go inside, because I do like to drive around with the interior. I do like to drive first person, if you will, when I'm driving around the map. The heating plant is just ahead. Tracks. And the heating plant is right here. Swing on in. It's neat now. Need to get out and open up this gate, or this door. Door's open. Don't want this door shut. Let me show you the heating plan here. So around the back, you kind of see the wood chips in there, ready to be burned. And then over here on this side, we've got obviously the business part, the input hopper. Then there's the stack. Look at the F1 menu. You can see that we've got a supply of basically about 35,000 wood chips that we can store in here. And we get money every hour for burning here, and we got about 2 hours and 20 minutes of real time left in the supply. So that is the bonus, the straw add-on DLC bonus content. I don't know if you all know about that, but basically, if you look at the palletized pellets, on the outside of the packaging is a QR code. Well, basically, if you scan that QR code, you will be taken to a page where you can download this this bio plant, or the bioheating facility. Bioheating facility takes wood chips and I think straw pellets. At least I hope straw pellets. Building is pretty tight to get into. I've been having a little bit of a problem trying to find a trailer that I think is appropriate for tipping in here. So we do have such a low roof in this facility. Tip. Since we have such a low roof here, we kind of have to, we can't use a standard trailer that tips up. You got to use a trailer that has a movable floor or a walking floor. Might be easier to come in this way next time. Doors up. Next time we'll come in that way. Should be easy to deal with. So I came in here with a regular tipping trailer, and obviously I had problems with the low roof, so I had to come over here and kind of tip out here. But what we're going to do is plan on tipping our wood chips into here. This building has collisions on it, but they don't seem to be the greatest collisions. Probably have tipped out the back too. Let's go ahead and look. But my plan was to store wood chips in here. Not too bad. Tipped out the back a little bit. Just need to stay away from the back wall. Then we'll have a wheel loader in here, and we'll just come in here every morning and use the wheel loader to top up the wood chips. It's kind of the plan. So let's go back and so we get another load. Get out of this building. The building is tight, indeed. There we go. Back to the wood chipper. So let me know how y'all are liking the series. Let me know if you're playing the map. Interested in how you're playing the map now that you finally can get access to it. Really felt bad playing on the map for so long when the map was still in development, but it did help get the word out about the map. It did help, create a little bit of buzz, I hope, related to interest in it. Yeah, I'm really surprised at the winter so far that we've had. Point of now, I want to play through a second winter to see what kind of winter we get in year 2. You know, I have a feeling that we had a rather exceptionally mild winter than the Geo would normally expect to have. Going up here. We're gonna need to care for our animals here before too long. See if we can't maybe get to them in the morning, simply so that get to them in the morning, then we won't have to tend to them until the first day of spring. On around here. And I really think the 10x clock speed has worked out really well for me on this map with 15-day seasons. It might be a little, technically it may be a little slow, given the amount of seasons time, but it seems to have worked out well. I really have not had too much opportunity to be bored or to feel like I didn't have enough, wasn't left feeling that I didn't have enough work to do, and I wasn't left feeling that I didn't have enough time to do the work that I needed to get done. So that is pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. Let's fire up another one. So what kind of clock speed are you all playing when you play seasons? Let me know. I'm kind of curious. Am I kind of odd in playing with an accelerated clock all the time? Are lots of you playing with 5x clock speed or even 1x clock speed? Let's work this way this time. So on the on the clock speed concept, be interested to know if most of you are playing seasons where you run at a slower clock speed and then just fly through the days to get to the next transition, or if you're trying to work out a clock speed that lets you get done what you need to get done, but at the same time you're not twiddling your thumbs. Yeah. I really like to use that tree saw that's on the front of the tractor. It makes cutting down tree really, really quick. I don't think enough people use this cool tree saw. Really cut through some trees really fast with this thing. I'm just taking it easy and I'm basically cutting one tree at a time. But if I wanted to, I could come in here and probably cut about 15 or 20 trees in a matter of just a few minutes of real time. Dark in here. That one here a little bit. I have enough time to get this load off to the storage facility, and then we'll call it a day. Job, spear. Let me know what you all think about doing. You know, basically the way I've been running this is kind of one episode a day, as opposed to recording multiple episodes in the same game day. Tend to try to break it up so that each episode is at least one game day, if not a collection of multiple game days. You know, kind of in a course of a series of edits. Should be getting about full there on that trailer. Actually, less than almost a whole tree. There we go. That there. Turn that off. Alright, so like I said, we're going to take this load back and tip it in the building, and then we'll call ourselves done for the day. Hope you liked the episode. I've been trying to come up with unique and different things to do on this series, especially during winter. Be sometimes a little challenging to figure out you know, what to do in the winter time. There really isn't too much going on other than animal care, and I definitely don't want to give you, you know, 3 or 4 episodes of just feeding animals. There's only so many different ways to feed animals and everything, but at the same time, it is something that definitely needs to be done on the farm, as far as you know, caring for them and transporting milk. Soon we will be into spring. In fact, I'm thinking that unless something drastic happens, as far as the weather goes, or something else, or I have this, I come up with a crazy harebrained idea to do something else, this probably will be the last winter episode. So if I am correct, we'll be coming back in spring next. Watch the rough road. Got a sale here at the shop. Really like those balloons. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool aspect of the map. I managed to miss the train. Every time I've been through here today, I've been through here 3 or 4 times, I managed to miss it. Oh. Alright, let's see. Where's this guy going? Right. See if pulling in here it makes it any easier. to back this trailer. Uh-oh. Something. Hitting. See if we have any better luck dipping over this way. And this is the building that I was thinking we would use to store. What we should do, we should figure where our lights is. This is the building I was kind of thinking about storing potatoes in, the pigs. Also, I don't want to do that. A little bit more. Alrighty. Dip on in here. Alright, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider clicking the like button. If you're not a subscriber and you like this kind of content, please, hitting. I guess I'm hitting something related to that fertilizer thing. So maybe coming in here isn't a good idea. We'll have to maybe go out the other way. Yep, let's try to go out the other way. Let's see if we can't cut through here without getting caught on the door. Got it. So if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. I also encourage you to go check out some of the guys in my description. They all do out wonderful content. For example, Grizzly Bear Sims. He is also doing a series on Midtown. He is starting from spring. He's doing, I think, 9-day seasons. So, in theory, he should be catching up to us because his seasons duration is different. Now he's playing a little bit different type of a clock speed. I've noticed that he's mostly playing at 1x speed. He does do multiple episodes per game day. And I'm sure that at some point he'll get to a point where he'll just fast forward through some days to get moved to the next thing to do. But that's kind of a, an interesting example of a different style of gameplay on the same map with seasons. So until next time, guys, happy farming.